Hello, rock stars. It's Stephanie here, and I am so excited about sharing with you guys something brand new for our team, and it is going to just be so exciting. Okay, so I've been working on this for a couple weeks, and this is the 1.0, maybe the 2.0 version. We will continue to tweak it and make it better, and but my whole thing is we have so much coming at us with training and that sort of thing that it kind of actually freezes us from doing anything. Analysis paralysis, you've heard of that, being trained to death, and that is such a real thing. And as I'm talking to new coaches and they're listening to the National Wake Up Calls and they're like, I cannot do that, I cannot be Insta famous. And really, it just brings me back to what really Beachbody coaching is all about. And truthfully, it's all about two things. It's about sharing your story and building relationships. And however you can do that, that's how you do it. So you share, the more people you share your story with, and the more people you have relationships with, that's how you're successful in this business. It's not about how big your Instagram account is. It's not about how many times you post. However you're able to build relationships and help others, that is how you're successful in this business. So I would like for you just to breathe and realize that it's not about those things. It's about who you know and how you help them. And so we're going to really try to dumb down our training. There's an acronym called Keep It Simple, Stupid, KISS. We're going to KISS this because we're going to continue to pare it down, because a lot of times when we're coaching people, we feel like, oh my gosh, we have to give them all the information, where in actuality, the less information we give them, the better. Why? Because when we give them too much information, then they're like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. But if we make it simple, then they're like, okay, yeah, I can do that. So let's go over two of the new trainings that we have so that you guys can see. I'm going to share my screen, and we have two components of this. Not first or whatever, but I want to share with you guys, this is what is our business quick start. This is a new one-pager that we're going to have for our coaches. And basically, it is just a one-page document, front and back, that gives them all the information that they need to know. And so it's not like a huge rocket science kind of thing. It's just kind of the basics of what they need to have and what they need to know. And so I'm very excited about this. And we had this created. It's a little bit from like old school, but then it also has a little bit of new school. And so when a coach signs up, within the first 48 hours, you want to go over this with a new coach, okay? So, I know it's a lot for everyone to be like, okay, why the first 48 hours? And it's because your people are most excited within the first 48 hours of them signing up. And so within the first 48 hours, as soon as you sign them up, you want to say, hey, when do you have an hour of your time within the next 48 hours to 45 minutes to an hour to go and have a quick call with me? And you'll set that up. And once you set that up, then you will go over, not only you will send them this and tell them we're going to go over this together. And then once you have a call with them, you will go over what is a PowerPoint that we created for you that is super simple. And it is something that you will just go step by step over with your new coach. Now, the reason we're doing this is because it's super duplicatable, like anyone can do this, and it actually helps you learn how to lead your people instead of me leading or that sort of thing. Like, this is for you in your business, and it helps you with helping your coaches. You are the reason they signed up. They didn't sign up with me, they signed up with you, and so therefore you want to coach them. But a lot of times we're afraid to coach people because we don't know what to say. And this is going to be tell you exactly what to say when you sign up that new coach. So I would suggest you to do a Zoom call like this. If Zoom is too hard, you can just do a FaceTime, but it's really great. Or if you can meet in person, that's even better. The first 48 hours. But you're going to go through this this PowerPoint. Now you don't have to show the PowerPoint to them. You can print it and go through it with them. But it's just a way for you to kind of stay on task with what you're doing. So first and foremost, we talk about this business is a relationship business. And so the first and foremost you want to do is you want them to tell you their story. I believe that the reason I'm successful is because I've signed up coaches and their story has become my story. Their why has become my why. And that is like really, really important in building this business, because when you believe in someone, it's everything to them. But you have to get to know them in order to believe in them. So first and foremost, so you'll go over this slide. You will say, why did you say yes to building this business? You want to get to know them. You want them to tell you their story. You want to know what's missing in their life. You want to know, these first two questions should take you a majority of the time. You want to just ask questions. You want to get to know them. What are their kids' names? What drives them? What is exciting to them? What kind of hobbies do they like? What are they interested in? Really get to know that coach. And then you want to kind of get into the nitty-gritty of how much money would you need to make, get really excited about doing this business, and have them write that down. And then also, what would you do with that money right now, and how would that make you feel? They can fill out these two little things on their little form that I showed you, their quick start, before. So that's something that they can fill out. But it's really important for us to go over this piece. And this is kind of an uncomfortable piece, this first slide for us, because we feel like maybe we're invading, we're imposing on someone, I don't know. But sometimes we just feel like, oh my gosh, like this is kind of an embarrassing invading of privacy. But really, this is the most important part of your call, to really get to know them, because you are still building a relationship with your new coach, and they want to know that, like, okay, Stephanie has my back and she's going to help me and take care of me. And in order to have that trust, then you really have to get to know your coach. So this is a really, really important piece, and I really hope and pray that you don't skip over this piece. The next part is where we teach them how to help. Their goal is, in the next 30 days, is to help 3 people with either a challenge pack or a new Shakeology Home Direct. And they can do that with any, this is basically teaching them how to hit Success Club, and they can do that with any combo. 3 customers, 3 coaches, 1 customer, 2 coaches, 2 customers, 1 coach, just help 3. And that's a way that they can do that. And you can, high level, you teach them about Emerald. Your goal, month 1, is to help 3 people with the same package you purchased. So they're going to help someone just the way that they got started, so that it's not confusing. And so you can see that you can show them high level what, if they sign up a coach on each side and a customer in their first 7 days, that's kind of a goal for them. If they do that in the first 7 days, they will earn approximately $150. They will achieve Success Club, and they will activate the Success Starters rewards. And so you'll definitely want to go over that with them, high level. You don't want to confuse them, but you just want to say, hey, this is how in the first 30 days or 7 days even, that they can get started. And then we will go into what path of building a business they want to do. There's 2 paths of building a business. One is like the launch path, and it's like you want to earn money, be successful, you're ready to launch your business, and in that way, your coach, will run as fast as they want to run, or as slow as they want to, as fast as they want to run. But then there's also the slow and steady path, where you want to go at your own pace, you're not completely sure how committed you are, and income is not a priority. So you want to ask that person, which one do you identify with? Do you identify with the launch path or the slow and steady path? Now, neither one of these paths have anything to do with time. They just have to do with, they just have to do with how you're going to treat your time, because it doesn't matter how much time you have. It just means how much time you want to focus, like what you do with your time. And we're looking to focus our time, like as a coach, like I'm with my coaches, with those who are ready to launch. And that's where we spend, and you leave this up front with your new coach, and you say, this is where I spend my time. I spend my time with those who are ready to launch. And I spend a lot of my personal time and support with those people. And that doesn't mean I'm not there for those that have a slow and steady path. We absolutely are there for everyone, but we spend most of our time with those who are ready to launch. And at this point, you want to tell your new coach that they are a business owner, and you want to help them shift their mindset. Because this is a little bit different than, having a part-time job. They are now a business owner, and so their success or failure is up to them. Our job is to help, point them in the right direction and help them be as independent as possible ASAP, but we also teach them that Google, YouTube, Vimeo, FAQs, there's a ton of resources out there for them. We also want to, as your business owner, we want to explain to them that there is a emotional roller coaster piece to this business. And, some days are really awesome and some days are a little bit harder. And so you want to ask that coach, how could I best help you in those days that are kind of down days? Like, how can I help you with those? And then you also want to talk to this new coach about making a 1-year commitment. I keep reading in a lot of books and stuff that it takes a full year before you really learn things. And so this next year, they're going to earn while they learn. They don't have to know all the answers, but they're going to earn while they learn in the next year. And for them to really commit to this business and give it at least a year, if not 5 years, to see if it's something they really want to do. At this point in your conversation, you will talk to them about a few don'ts in our business. And at first is don't be the expert. And this will alleviate your new coach by telling them that they don't have to be the expert. That's what you are there for. You're there to help them, but then also the third-party tools. We want to teach them to use the third-party tools, such as in the business opportunity videos, the Shakeology videos, and the challenge pack videos, and other program-specific videos, so that you don't have to explain the program and be the expert, but the videos are the experts. And when you do this, it creates a very simple business because you don't have to be the expert. You let the third-party tool be the expert. The other thing is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You want to reassure them that we've created special messaging for them that should be really, really easy for them to use. And just follow the directions and it'll be a lot easier. And then the last one is don't send your links in your first message or include in your post. We have a feature called Share a Cart, and you'll want to definitely point them to the video of Share a Cart and what that looks like and how they can use that. They can do that at a later time, but definitely send them the link to the Share a Cart video so they know how to use that feature. And that'll be really important. The next piece is you want to teach them that we don't sell, we sort. And it's kind of like an apple garden, right? Like you have red apples are like very open. You're going to find different people. You're going to, and you're sorting through these people, like you would sort through some apples. Like the red ones, they're really open. They're ready to go. Then you're going to have some green apples that have some questions, and that's totally normal. And then you're going to have some rotten apples. And those are the people that are not interested and may be very negative. And you know what? That's okay. There's a lot of people in my life that have been no's and for years said no, and then all of a sudden said yes, 7, 5, however many years later. So no is not forever. It's just no is for not right now. Now, there's a lot of different approaches you can use with people. I'm going to share with you 4 different approaches that I like to use, and one is a hot market approach. And this is great for friends and family, and basically it's like, hey, would you mind trying this product, comparing it to what you've used before, and then give me feedback? That's a great way to get people on board. The next is the buddy approach. Like, hey, do you want to do this fitness challenge together and hold each other accountable? That's another way you can approach people about joining you. The third is the opinion approach. Like, hey, I need your opinion. I want to see what you think. If I sent you this information, would you have 10 minutes to watch it today or tomorrow, and I could get your feedback? This is great for when you're talking to people about the business. And then the last one, which is the one I use most often, is the have you considered approach. And what it looks like is like, have you ever considered joining my team? Have you ever considered joining one of my online accountability groups? That gives them the choice to say, yes, I've considered, no, I haven't. And I really, really like that approach. We're going to kind of help you with how to talk to people and that sort of thing. But what if they say, yes, I'm interested? Well, for the product, anyone who's interested in the program product, you can send them one of the tools, third-party tools, and you can start a three-way message or schedule a three-way call with your upline to have your upline help you in that conversation. We also have scripts for you, but this is the best way to get started is like, if they're interested, send them a third-party tool, and then get them in a conversation with you and with your upline so that they can know what to say. So a new coach plus their upline with the person that's interested, that's how you'll do that. And then if they're interested in the business opportunity, then you can ask them to watch the video, and then you'll want to immediately schedule a three-way call with a leader on our team, and within 48 hours of sending them the video. So that's pretty exciting. So next is we're going to go over the homework. This is the business quick start, and we're going to go straight to that and we're going to go through this with your new coach, okay? So you'll want to help them figure out where their coach ID is. You want to give them your name, your phone number, your email address. Hopefully you're already friends on Facebook. Then you'll want to make sure that they are added to our team page. And then also that they know how to get help from Coach Relations, whether it's calling them or doing this, the FAQs or whatever. You want to let them know this information right here. Also, you want to make sure that they've set up their Team Beachbody website. You want to go ahead and make sure that they're connected in all these different ways of social media with Team Beachbody. And you want to tell them about the National Wake Up Call that's every Monday, so they know that there is a national call that they can be a part of to learn more about the business. Then you have the 4 vital behaviors as a coach. So this is the 4 vital behaviors of a Team Beachbody coach. I may, even the corporate says invite, invite, invite. I may do more like connect, connect, invite, and change that up. But this is basically what we do as a corporate team, and the 4 vital behaviors. So you'll want to make sure that you share these are the things they should be doing every day as a coach. And this is why this is going to be, this little piece of paper is their Bible. They're going to have it out all the time. This is their reference, and they can always go back to it. So they're like, what should I be doing? Oh yeah, this is the 4 vital behaviors. Am I doing the 4 vital behaviors? Okay, then we can have your why, and you want to go ahead and write down your new coach's why right here, and then the goals that you set together. Maybe they have more than they want to help more than 3 people, and maybe they have another goal that they want to hit in their first month, and you can write those things here. Okay, so this is the front page. This is the back page. And at this point, you want to help them make a list of 15 people, okay? First, you'll talk about their coming out post, and here's an example of a coming out post, and you can help them make it sound like they would want to sound. But then you want to help them have a list of 15 people, okay? So 5 people that would benefit from Shakeology workouts, 5 people in your family should be drinking Shakeology, and 5 people that would love to join your team because they love helping others and or need extra income. Then you have 3 messages, like examples of messages, and you can help them write those in their own words. And then they also have the third-party tools there as far as the challenge group, the Shakeology, and the business opportunity. What I would do is at this point, they, in the first 48 hours, then the first 48 new coach jumpstart, I would have them write those 15 people's name right away, okay? Then schedule a time within 48 hours or, to go over after they've messaged these 15 people. After they've messaged these 15 people, and you don't need to tell them right now, then you're going to start working on a master list, and you want to get to 100 names in the first week. But this is the first 48 hours, and so we're going to start with 15 people, and then when you talk again, we'll start talking about some more people that they could work on, and then help them by the end of the week to come up with a list of 100. I know that seems like a lot, but the more people they have to talk to, the more successful they will be. And since you're going to be a part of these three-way calls and three-way threads, you'll be able to talk to them. But we want to make sure that we have these people done within the first 48 hours. And so that will be really important. Again, this document we're going to be playing with, the messaging I stole from someone else. So there's definitely room for improvement, but our goal is for them to start and to have a list of 15 people they want to message, know how to message them, and know that you're going to be there along the way to help them. So that's really, really important for them to have in this first 48 hours in their first week. Really, how you start them off in that first week really dictates how their experience is going to be as a coach and how well they're going to do. So you definitely want to make that experience. And they have a lot of anxiety that first week, and so you're going to want to alleviate that anxiety so that they know that they can do this. They're very fearful when they sign up to be a coach because they're afraid they may not know how to do this. And so you have your job, and especially in the first 10 days, is to really alleviate that stress. Okay? So from there, after you fill out that homework, you're going to teach them that they need to begin using the products daily, and that this creates their personal testimony. And their story is so important because facts tell, stories sell. Facts tell, stories sell. And so they need to have their own story. Maybe they already have a story. Maybe that's why they decided to become a coach, or maybe they don't have one yet. But their story they will use for years and years to come, especially the story of their first 30 days. Okay, so it's super important, and you want to make sure they know that. The next is for them to create their first social media post in the next 48 hours. We talked about that in the homework, and so they need to do that, and they need to send it to their sponsor coach, and get feedback and do that, and then you will lead them on how to do that. Then they want to schedule their first 2 3-way calls in their first 7 days, and this helps you go from an I do to we do to you do approach, and so you want to help them schedule their first 3-way calls in their first 7 days of who they can help. Next, you want to commit to attending your first live event. So you want to help them know where the live events are, whether it's the National Wake Up Call or team calls, Super Weekend, Summit, whatever it is. You want to help them commit to attending their first live event. And then last, you want to help them utilize their third-party tools, which are Challenge Group, Shakeology, Business Opportunity Links, to help them jumpstart their business. So that's something that'll be really helpful. And then last, you will want to schedule your next weekly call, not only your 48-hour call, but then your weekly call. Within the first, you will have 4 weekly calls in your first 30 days. So you'll want to go ahead and book those right then. You'll want to schedule your 48-hour call and then your weekly call. You want to put them, if you have other new coaches, you want to put them in a thread with those new coaches. And then, again, you'll want to make sure that they did that Getting Started Right document that we posted, so that they'll be successful with that as well. So anyway, that is what you will do with a brand new coach. And hopefully you guys are just as excited as I am. Again, as we use this, we will tweak it, and I would love your feedback is how we can make this even more simple. And the more excitement we use and the more often we use this, the more it'll become in our language and be like, oh, let's get back to our first page. Where's your one-pager? And they'll pull out their one-pager, and on those days that they're feeling like, I don't really want to do this, let's go back to your one-pager. What was your why from when the first day you started? Is that still the case? They're having an emotional roller coaster. You can say like, hey, when we had our Getting Started Right call, you said this is the best way for me to respond in that, and let me do that for you right now. So these are just ways that we can do this, and I hope that it helps you be successful and help our team grow to be the 15-star team that we're going to be.